Muslim activists are voicing their solidarity with Sikhs following the of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, which Ottawa has linked to New Delhi. Muslim advocates in Canada expressed anger and concern over allegations that India may have been involved in the killing of a Canadian Sikh leader, emphasizing that Muslims and Canadian Sikhs have long supported each other. The controversy led many Muslim activists in Canada to call greater protections for minorities. Some have called a tougher stance on India, which has been accused of discriminating against Muslims under the leadership of right-wing Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It was widely known that the Indian government had agents operating in Canada and targeting members of the diaspora community. Stephen Brown, president of vocacy group National Council Canadian Muslims, told Al Jazeera, "But when it comes to the point where someone is assassinated in broad daylight right outside a house of worship, the point of doing that is to send a message." Brown added that Canadian Muslims want the Trudeau government to take action to guarantee their safety. "I would say there is anger. But there is also real concern that they are not safe right now," he said. Protections must be put in place to ensure the safety of all Canadians from both domestic and foreign threats. Following announcement made by Prime Minister in House of Commons, NCCM is calling for heirs of a Canadian to be brought to justice. QFD 7PKRBTR. NCCM September 19, 2023. The Indian government dismissed Trudeau's accusations nonsense and called on Canada to stop the activities of those it described as terrorists. A reference to Sikh separatists it sees a security threat. Amid the dispute, Canada and India expelled diplomats from each other's countries and New Delhi suspended visa services in Canada over alleged threats against consular staff. India had accused Nijjar of being involved in terrorism, a claim denied by his associates, who say such claims are part of a campaign to denigrate Sikhs who advocate an independent state called Khalistan in India's northern Punjab region. The separatist struggle became particularly violent in the 1980s after then Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi ordered a raid on a Sikh temple to eliminate leaders of the Khalistan movement. Gandhi's assassination by 2 Sikh bodyguards in 1984 led to anti-Sikh riots and deadly attacks. India has long expressed concern about political activity in Canadian Sikh communities. But regardless of how the Indian government views Nijjar or Sikh activism in Canada more generally, what is important is that the slain leader never faced any charges as a Canadian citizen. Brown said, "Our government, our law enforcement didn't think Mr. Nijjar was a terrorist. They didn't think he was a threat to this country. And that's all that matters," he told Al Jazeera. Brown added that freedom of expression, whether directed at foreign governments or Canada's own government, is at the core of